What's up, guys? We are back on the Clock Network with Eric. I just want to talk about my post-game reaction analysis to the Chicago Bears barely winning over the Minnesota Vikings, 12-10. It was nothing but a field goal game. There were only one touchdown, and that came at the end, and the Vikings were the result of that touchdown. So the big thing that I want to talk about tonight, at least for the first half, is our defense was outstanding for most of this game. Specifically, Montez Sweat. Like, there were so many times where Montez Sweat was literally made Josh Dobbs' life just miserable. I think he had 2 sacks that I saw Montez, and there were so many times where Montez literally had Josh Dobbs wrapped up, and Dobbs was able to get the pass out right in time. But you could see where Montez were so many times he had his hand completely around Dobbs and bringing him down while Dobbs, got the pass off or threw it away. So what I will say is that the Montez Sweat trade that Ryan Poles made a few weeks back, or about a month ago, I'd say, almost a month, has paid off great for us. He has been a playmaker. He has been like an Urlacher type answer, not to that effect, but he has been he really reminds me of Mac when we first got Mac. He reminds me of an all-out beast. He is completely tonight was he just dominated. He dominated the line of scrimmage. He dominated the Vikings offensive line. The whole D line for the Bears really did well. And could we be seeing Eberflus's defensive mindset start to pay off here? I'm not convinced, hardly, because I've just seen so many times where he's completely just failed as a defensive coach, a defensive coordinator for that reason alone. So, but I feel like tonight we really started to see what this defense could be, and what they should be after spending so much money on the defensive line in the offseason. But I thought Montez Sweat just completely had a game. We really saw the benefit of getting a much needed pass rusher with tons and tons of experience coming off the line and making pretty much a Justin Fields like quarterback miserable, and just completely blitzing and causing Josh Dobbs really just making him uncomfortable. Brisker played decent. Kyler Gordon I think he had an interception, and I think he was credited for a sack if I'm not mistaken. He had a few quarterback rushes as well, and got to Josh Dobbs a few times I saw. So that was another big thing. What else? I thought T.J. Edwards had a good night. Like, T.J. Edwards he had 2 picks, I think. There's so many times when he was a result of at least 2 interceptions, I think, that we got on defense, if I'm not mistaken. So T.J. had a good night. He was starting to really maybe see his veteran presence start to make a staple on the Chicago's defense. So we could be seeing T.J. Edwards start to kind of get his stuff going here late in the season. So this, from the defense, the way the defense played tonight is exactly what I hoped we would see consecutively throughout the entire season, is what I was hoping. I hope we would. The way the defense played tonight's game, I really wish that we would see this type of production right out of the gate. In week 1, not with 5 or 6 games, whatever it is, this late into the season, kind of starting to gel. I understand most of these players have never played together, so it's also a big chemistry issue as well. That's the other thing. I know it's chemistry, so there's that factor, but I also feel like, could we be seeing, like I said, Eberflus's defense, his defensive mindset, his plan his architecture for the way the defense is playing. Could we be seeing his fingerprint on the defense, right? And, starting to come to pass? Probably not. Like I said, I hardly believe so, because the way the Bears are next week, what we'll see is the defense will completely just go quiet and completely not even present, and then the offense will look amazing. So it's one week the defense looks great, next week the offense looks amazing. It's so one-dimensional. It's either one side of the football, or one side of the team, looks great, the other one flops, or vice versa. So, but I thought overall the defense played really well. They had 4 turnovers, like I said, really got after Josh Dobbs, really got after a just inexperienced quarterback, backup QB. There were times when I thought, like, just in my mindset with Josh Dobbs, the way he's been playing phenomenal for the past few weeks before this night, except for I think it was New Orleans, whoever they faced before. He was playing all those flashes of brilliance and everything. He looked good. But he had Addison also kind of, he threw at Addison a little bit tonight as well, I think. But yeah, you just saw how he is a backup quarterback. He's not a starter right now, obviously. We also have to give credit that he has not been with the Vikings he's only been with the Vikings for at least maybe a month, so we have to also credit that his chemistry is not like possibly you maybe would think it would be if he was on the team for at least a year or started the year off with the same team. That way you could learn more of the playbook and get used to the way his wide receivers and tight ends, like where they're all placed and things like that, and have chemistry with those type of receivers. But he's just another Justin Fields to me at the end of the day. He shows flashes, like I said. He's a good quarterback, good backup. But I think we can now check that box off that he, just as of right now, is not a starting QB in the NFL. I get it that he's starting right now in place of Kirk Cousins, who's injured. But we can kind of check that box off for right now that he is not a starting, starting quarterback, yes, but he is not a franchise quarterback right now, from what I saw tonight in the Bears game. So, getting back to the Bears, I thought just the defense, there were so many times where the defense bailed us out, and they get a turnover. And then what do? Then the offense comes out and they completely crap the bed. They only get either 3 points or they have to punt. And it is so frustrating when our defense is playing lights out. They're giving you a chance to go up several scores. They are giving you a chance to increase this lead. At one point it was 6-3. The whole game is nothing but field goals. And the defense bails you out several times to give you a chance to go down the field, the offense to go down the field to literally put points up. They're giving you on the silver platter. They're giving you chances to literally go down, not score a field goal, go down, score a touchdown, increase the lead. At one point, I really believe this game should have been 20-10. There's no reason why we had most of this game. We had to settle for field goals. I understand, there were so many predictable plays, so many predictable screens, so many predictable, lateral plays by Getsy that he called. And I just thought that it was so predictable on play calling with Getsy on offense. And there were so many times where they just could not go down the field and score a touchdown. There's so many times, the defense bails you out. It's the first time our defense really looks solid. In this game, they really looked like the defense that we've wanted for so long. And then the offense literally craps the bed. They find a way to then either give the ball back to the defense, or not to the defense, to the Vikings without any points, or they settle for a field goal and we go up by another 3 points. You cannot win a Super Bowl by just kicking field goals the whole game. Good teams don't, that doesn't happen to good teams. You know, like we can like this. Even though we won tonight, I don't feel good about this. Like we didn't deserve to win. We really didn't. The way the offense played, we didn't deserve to win. Like there were so many times, like I saw, when the Vikings went up 10-9 with less than 5 minutes left. Or 5 minutes left, whatever it was. I'm like, oh, there we go. We're gonna lose the game again. We're gonna find a way to lose. We always find a way to lose. Somehow, that is not what I'll be preaching. Thankfully that's not what I'm preaching over and over tonight. But I am preaching of how the defense gives you so many chances. The defense gave you so many chances to score, so many chances to increase this lead to where it could be 20, 24, 23-10. You could have gone up. You could have been up by at least 10, at least 13 points over the Vikings. There were so many times where this lead could be so much more massive, and you settle for field goals. You cannot win games in the NFL by just kicking field goals and settling for field goals. When your defense bails you out, you have got to capitalize. You have got to score a touchdown. But you have to. If we were 8-3 coming into this game, and we were doing field goals like this, okay, fine. Something's working. All right. But nope. It's just, you can't win games in the NFL by just kicking field goals. You will not be able to win a Super Bowl if you just kick field goals. And I don't know. It's just so frustrating to be a Bears fan. I've been a Bears fan for so long, and every time every year it's the same, and it's just they can't get out of their own shadow. And we almost found another way to lose tonight. We almost found another way to lose. We barely won this game. Thankfully, DJ Moore was wide open on a crossing route, and he beat his man, and he was wide open. And what a dart by Justin to throw it in there, and then Santos kicks the winning field goal to make it 12-10, and we win. It's just, I just don't understand. I just don't understand how there's so many things that's wrong with this team, and coaching mainly. I don't feel good about this. Wasn't a good win. We didn't deserve to win this game the way the offense played. Your defense gives you so many chances to score, to win, to literally go up, and to really show in a prime time game on ESPN that you can finish, you can win, you can complete a game, you can finish a game, you can win. They give you so many chances to go down and just dominate this team and get a division win, and and just get Eberflus's first win in the division. So it's and that's just terrible, to say the least. But minus that, I can't get over how the defense just gave the offense so many opportunities to increase this lead by not getting field goals, by getting touchdowns, and yet they settle for field goals. They settle for just these predictable plays. There was not, from what I could see, there weren't a whole lot of shots downfield. Airing it out shots. And I feel like Getsy just had predictable play calling. I really do. And Fields held onto the ball too long. He did. He held on the ball too long. And the thing is, how many times does he have to say that, oh, it's my bad that I fumbled. He fumbled twice tonight, and he's fumbled so many times when he runs with the football. There's so many times where he fumbles, where even though he holds on to the ball, I don't know what happens. There was one time he holding on to the ball the first fumble he had tonight, he was holding on the ball with both hands. Somehow, the opponent's helmet goes right by him, literally right into him, and pops the ball out. And I'm like, explain to me that. Explain to me how he has two hands on the football and yet the ball still pops out. The only thing I can think of in that situation of why that happened is because, obviously, he wasn't holding it tight enough. That's the only reason. And how many times I mean, Eberflus preaches it. Penalties. So many penalties with this game. Darnell Wright had, I think, 2 penalties, something like that. 64 had penalty. I mean, who else? I think Kyler Gordon had a penalty. And I'm not really blaming the defense at all tonight. There was, and what's the big thing that Eberflus preaches? Penalties. No penalties. Like, just eliminate penalties. Yet I always feel like we're one of the most penalized teams in the league because we have so many holding calls, so many just stupid plays on offensive line. Not stupid plays, excuse me, stupid penalties on the offensive line. But yeah, I just feel like Fields he does this every now and then where he runs with the ball. Either he has one hand on the football, and then a guy literally strips it, or he literally is running and he's not holding the ball tight enough, and he fumbles. And he fumbled 2 times tonight. He's fumbled a lot during the season, so I don't need to say anything. I don't need to explain myself with this because I've already justified it. He has trouble holding on to the football when he runs, and he has said time and time again that yes, this is on my bad. I need to be better at it. Well, I mean, I get it, but you have got to have more awareness. You have got to have more awareness on your ball handling. When you run, you are vulnerable, and you have to hold the football like it's your child, like you are like grasping for protection. Like you have got to hold on to the football like it's your own child. That's gotta be how he plays it, like it's freaking baby. Like you just have got to protect the football, hands down. It's just, anyways, I'm going on 16 minutes with this, so this is just like, I mean, I can't. Even though we won, people could say, oh, Eric, feel good about it. You got a win. We got a dub. Bears got a dub. But I don't feel good about this. This isn't a good win. We didn't deserve to win this game. The way the offense played, we did not deserve to win this game. Defense deserved to win this game. But I'm telling you, just there were so many times when I don't feel like we earned it. At least on the offensive side. Like, we should have been up. We should have been up at least. We should have scored at least 23 points. I mean, we should have dominated this team the way we played. I mean, the Vikings have a winning record. Think about who we have won. Think about which teams we have won games against. Okay, Oakland. Freaking Hoyer was their QB. Okay, because Jimmy G's out. And then Josh Dobbs, because obviously he didn't have, since Kirk is out, and he doesn't have, what's the big thing Josh Dobbs didn't have tonight? What's the one thing Josh Dobbs didn't have tonight? Jefferson. He didn't have the number 1 receiver on the Vikings, Jefferson, because he's out. So that's the other thing. Our games that we, and Matt Howe, on Washington, their quarterback. So think about the games that we've won. Think about the games that we've won have been against mediocre quarterbacks that either don't have their number 1 wide receiver threat, or they just are backup QBs in for the starter who is injured, or is the starter quarterback in Matt Howe's sense, or sake. So this isn't a good win. This isn't a good win. There's a lot we can take away from the defense. There's a lot of good things the defense did. But I'm still not going to, there were times in this game where I'm like, okay, Fields is good. Fields, I'm still questioning, is he the guy? And all of a sudden, what happens? He shows flashes of brilliance. He shows flashes that he could be a franchise quarterback, and then craps the bed. And then I'm back going, Drake May. Give me Drake May, baby. Give me Drake May. I don't want Caleb Williams because Caleb Williams is another Justin Fields. But next year with my draft analysis, I'll be able to explain why that reason is more and what I see in Caleb Williams' game versus Drake May. But I want Drake May. Give me a new quarterback, Drake May, or what you do. I mean, I think what Ryan Poles is going to do. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like Ryan Poles, I got a gut feeling Ryan Poles is going to keep Justin. and he's going to go out and he's going to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. at number 1 to get another crazy good wide receiver and give him another threat. Give him maybe one more year to prove it. I hope I'm wrong. I want Marvin Harrison Jr. so bad in this team as far as wide receiver, but we need a good pocket quarterback. We do not need a run quarterback. We need a pocket QB, or we need a veteran. We need to go out and we need to get a veteran QB, and we need to fire Eberflus and get a veteran head coach. Brian Flores is my pick. Brian Flores would be actually, I think, a very good head coach. That's my pick. The offensive coordinator for Detroit has just completely turned around Jared Goff, so he would be my other pick. But again, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been 20 minutes. I apologize if I'm kind of going over here, but that pretty much is it. So like and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are about this game, what you thought the Bears did right, what you thought the Bears did wrong, and obviously anything about the Vikings as well, and your thoughts on obviously the future of the Bears and who they should get as far as picks go, or future quarterback, or what they should do. So anyways, this is On Clock Network. My name is Eric. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. I'll try and put out a video every week for you guys. God bless.